What's going on, dudes and dudettes? Hopefully you can hear me. I have a fan on in here. It's freaking hot in Southern California. But yes, the Chargers, they finally did it with one of these guys on these rookie contracts that definitely deserves a big contract. But I'm glad he did not let us go into the season coming up, if there is one, and hold out and not show up to camp and do all that crap. And that's what I was hoping for. That's what I've been saying this whole entire time. And I'm definitely glad that the Chargers re-signed Joey Bosa to a 5-year extension. It's like definitely over $135 million. He's, as of right now, I think per year, once that contract starts, it's like $27 million per year, which is the highest defensive contract ever. Myles Garrett, the guy who recently did it like a couple weeks ago, he signed and he was the highest, but now Bosa leads him by $2 million, which is really awesome. He definitely deserves it, in my opinion, and I'm glad we're able to keep a guy like this around until he's in his early 30s, and hopefully he can stick around and not be as injured as he has been. Then a little bit of USC football news. So they are getting another guy from high school who is not going to play in his senior year because of how in flux their season's going to be this year. So he's going to enroll at USC early. The athlete Julien from Washington State, I believe he's coming in there to be an outside linebacker, so it's good to have extra guys at that outside linebacker position just in case, because they have had a lot of injuries around there. So let's hope he's worth the 4-star that they project him at, and he'll be successful at USC. And then the Chargers have finally been able to sign all of their rookie class in this year's draft. It just taken a while because no one's been able to do full physicals and actually see these guys in person to be able to know that they don't have any random injuries or diseases like that. So yeah, Justin Herbert signed a 4-year deal. I think the most he makes is like $8 million. So I'm pretty sure that's why Joey Bosa was able to get paid, because you have two quarterbacks that aren't making more than $20 million, which is good for the Chargers, but that is one of their weaker positions right now. But they did also agree to terms with Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, Alohi Gilman, the other safety / linebacker from Notre Dame, Joshua Kelly, Joe Reed, the kick returner, punt returner, wide receiver, and KJ Hill as well. And of course, my freaking dog is trying to masturbate behind me, which is ridiculous, but I'm still gonna try to continue the video. And yeah, so they did sign all those guys. Luckily we were able to get through it, and yeah, good luck to all of them. Hopefully they can make the team. And then Duke basketball, they said in that article that they have the most guys that are right there in the bubble, which is technically not true, because I believe they are tied with 17 overall players with the University of Kentucky. But most of those Kentucky players are bench guys and guys who are just not going to play at all, in my opinion. So I think the Duke guys are going to get a lot more playing time than those guys. That's just the way I see it. So I guess that's why Duke wins this, and it's freaking me out that she's staring at me too. Alright, we'll finish this with one more topic. So as of right now, head coach Anthony Lynn of the Chargers has said that if the week 1 were to start for the NFL season right now, it would be Tyrod Taylor as a starting quarterback over Justin Herbert, the rookie, just because they haven't been able to give him reps, and especially on-field reps, to see what he's made of and what he can do. So I think that's pretty much how the season's going to go until later in the season, depending how crappy the Chargers are with their overall record, if they'll go. But yeah, I'm going to try to calm this shit down. Come to some other bit of USC football news. So the freshman tight end Jack Yari, who's supposed to enroll at USC, is not going to anymore. I don't know if he's staying closer to home or whatnot, but maybe it's just because he knows just how talented the other tight ends that are actually going to be healthy at USC, and that's why another tight end a couple weeks ago that I reported on did transfer out as well. And they did re-sign, or they are signing a guy coming in the following year as a tight end. So maybe he just felt there wasn't any room for him to play right away. So good luck to him, whatever he's going to do. Then Brandon Ingram, ex-Duke player, now of the Pelicans, he did donate to a bunch of hospital / medical workers like 982 pairs of shoes, I believe, or something like that. Some like big number to help the medical profession out during this hard time. So congrats to him. And then even Kyrie Irving, ex-Duke point guard as well, he donated like 1.5 million of his salary to the WNBA players, the women who weren't able to go down there because of past health issues or their injuries as well right now. So he's helping them out with a little bit of money right there. That's good. So congrats to him as well. And then Austin Rivers, ex-Duke shooting guard, has left the bubble due to family reasons. So hopefully he's able to return, but it's better that he helps out his family as of right now. And then as a little bit of extra bit news, Zion Williamson did return to the bubble a couple days ago, and it looks like he's going to be able to play in the home opener tonight. So hopefully he is. As of right now, I'm not sure if this video is going to go up today. It might not, just because the return of Zion tonight, and the Lakers and Clippers play tonight as well. So I might want to talk about that sooner rather than in a couple days or a week later, old news stuff. So this might all go up together, it might not. I'm just giving you guys a fair warning if you care. But yeah, Zion did return. He did some practicing already. Looks pretty good. He just has to get a little bit more basketball shape, and he should be ready to go for tonight. And then Melvin Ingram, the other talented defensive end of the Chargers, who's a little bit older right now, going into the last few years of his contract. It looks like they put out a report, or someone's doing an article saying if they should trade him. But I've been saying that for the last couple years, just because I thought you can get something really good in return for him the past couple years, and I still think you can, because he's very productive, even though he's kind of towards the end of his prime. But if he works with another talented younger defensive end, he could still get stats as well. So if you can trade him away and get a position that you're in need of, then I think you should, just because Bosa will be able to handle that. And it's not hard to find defensive ends, in my opinion, but the Chargers always make it difficult. Let's try to end this video with a bunch of information real quick. So the NFL did their top 100 players as all the players in the league vote on who's the top 100, and a couple of guys from certain schools and from my team I enjoy watching right now made it. So ex-USC lineman Tyron Smith of the Cowboys made it at 78. Then Keenan Allen, the wide receiver from the the LA Chargers, made it at number 77. And then ex-USC defensive tackle Jarrell Casey made it at number 71, which I was only upset when I saw him, because I had to remind myself that he got traded to Denver, who is a rival of the Chargers, for only like a 5th or 6th round pick, and he still has 2 years left on his deal. He's still barely early 30s, and he is still productive. And even though he doesn't have major stats, he still gets plays, like he blocks a guy into another guy, or gets other guys open to go make plays. That's why he's so awesome, in my opinion. That's why the Chargers needed a guy like that, but they're just retarded, in my opinion. But yeah, so he was number 71. And then Joey Bosa, that we mentioned at the beginning of this video, made it at number 34, which is very cool. Hopefully it'll give him motivation, because he was 56 the following year. Now he's 34, and hopefully he just continues to get better to be top 20, top 15, hopefully. And then the Anaheim Ducks re-signed another one of their players, and Sonny Milano. I forget what position he plays, but it is like a 2-year, $3-point-something million deal. So we'll see what he can do. I'm pretty sure he's more of a bench player, but you gotta be able to sign those guys for cheap, in my opinion. So at least they did that there. Then the Lakers, they played about 3 or 4 games in the scrimmage stuff right before the season starts tonight. And they did lose the first game to Dallas, but it was just alright. It's just good to see LeBron's at least taking this seriously, and looks like he's ready to go. That was all that I needed to see in that game. And then In the second game, I believe it was Anthony Davis ended up getting, or no, it was like Orlando Magic. He got hurt. But there was one game where both Anthony Davis, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, Anthony Davis did go out, but Kuzma ended up going off against Orlando. And I saw that was a pretty good thing that they were doing, because instead of putting all their three stars, which is LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Kuzma all together on the court, you kind of cancel each other out on some plays. But whenever they mix Kuzma and LeBron or Kuzma and Davis, Kuzma flourished. Like he went off. He had 30 plus points, and he doesn't have to get that every single game. But for him averaging 15 to 25 a game and being able to do what he can do just off the ball, like it worked out perfectly. So I think that's a secret weapon that they're gonna try to utilize during these playoffs, and hopefully it does end up being more successful for them during that time, because they definitely need a guy to step up right there. And then in their final scrimmage games, both LeBron and Anthony Davis did not play, and I think even Kuzma, a lot of their top guys didn't play, and they still won, which is what I was excited to see, just because then you know how depth your bench is and how good and talented they are, and they're able to do that without the stars. So I was happy to see that. And then speaking of Anthony Davis, so he did get poked in the eye. I believe it was at Orlando game, so that's why he was sitting out. But it does look like after a couple days of practicing, he will be able to go tonight against the Clippers. It kind of really just depends on him. Frank Vogel, the coach, says it's not really an important game in his opinion, but I still think the Lakers need to show what they can do against the heavily depleted Clippers right now, who are missing a lot of their better, role players. So they definitely need this W, in my opinion, tonight. But then there was an article that mentioned that Anthony Davis, that it was easier for him to re-sign in LA now. I'm not sure. JaVale McGee, he's been doing these YouTube videos and stuff, and I did hear Anthony Davis on one of those say purple and gold all day, or purple and gold forever, or something like that, which I think he's kind of gotten used to the idea of re-signing back in LA. But you never know, it could have just been him saying that and he was on a Lakers thing. So I don't know. I hope that it is true, because him and Kuzma, and you add someone else if LeBron wants to leave or retire, can still work, in my opinion. But yeah, I just hope he wants to stay instead of going back home to Chicago. So that's all I could hope for. And then I believe the last thing to talk about today is Yellow Card. So one of my favorite bands, who have not been a band for 3 or 4 years now, but according to them, they're in a legal lawsuit with this ex-rapper named Juice WRLD, I believe, because apparently one of his songs, there's a same rhythm or piano version of one of their songs from back in the early 2000s, and I've heard both. They kind of sound similar, but it also kind of doesn't go with the same exact beat. But I mean, you could see why they would want to pursue something, but it is kind of messed up just because suddenly that rapper had passed away, I think last year, because of weed and stuff. But yeah, it was just weird that they were still trying to pursue the lawsuit even though he had passed away. But luckily they recently said they're going to drop it due to his grieving mother, and who knows, they might pick it back up, they might not. But as of right now, I think they are doing the right thing, in my opinion, and hopefully, it's just a little thing, they could just drop it all. It only would have been $15 million spread to 4 or 5 guys, so it's really not that important. But thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.